Happy 2025, colleagues on the Paranormal Playground. Wait, colleagues? Sorry, we work with people on the Paranormal Playground, apparently.
No, they're colleagues.
Yeah.
Hello, colleagues.
Hello, colleagues. Welcome to Spooky AF. I'm Suz. It's 2025. I'm still your host. I'm so sorry for y'all. 2024 didn't do me in. And I'm joined here by my wonderful co-host, Rob. Rob, say hi to our colleagues.
Hello, colleagues. It's good to talk with you all in this very formal manner.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've recorded. I think the last time we recorded was the 4th of December. So.
Oh yeah. Well, and I say happy 2025 because, yeah, this is our first joint recording in the new year.
Yep.
Super excited about it. I have some big news. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, of course I'm ready because you sent me a fucking message on like Friday. We're recording now on Sunday and you just said, I have some big news. I'm not going to tell you until we're recording. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
I was feeling my oats. Okay, so well, the first big news you already know is like I'm going to be legally Irish.
Yes,
I'm so excited.
So excited for you. The day has finally arrived.
Yeah, I left the States in 2012, and I am finally becoming an EU citizen. And I had gotten approved last year, but then there was like an overflow, so there was like a wait time on being invited to the formal ceremony, which is the final step of you being Irish. And I finally got my invite, so by the time we probably record next,
Yep.
I'll be a citizen.
You will be. Yep.
Amazing. I'm very excited. I hope well, I already told Rob that I didn't want a pint of Guinness, and then Rob texted back saying, you're gonna have at least a half pint, and I'll hear no further about it. And I was like, okay.
And I stand by that, Susan. Thank you very much.
Yep. Yep. So I was like, okay, that's fair.
I'm going to buy you your first legal pint of Guinness.
My legal, as like, if you're not an Irish citizen, you've been drinking Guinness illegally.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, God.
So I will be the one to buy you a pint. Or, sorry, I agreed already, a half pint.
Yes.
And you'll enjoy it.
Yes, that's...
Yeah, and that's it.
Well, maybe
really.
I'll enjoy, like, maybe because my spirit will be fully legally Irish, I'll just really take to it.
Yeah, because you've effectively, like, shed your shackles at that point, so...
Oh my god, yeah. Speaking of, like, everybody, I mean, I can speak from personal experience, like, because I have close family in the States still, obviously, and things are pretty dark for a lot of people. So please take care of each other, be kind to each other, and remember, the Paranormal Playground is all about equity and tolerance and advocacy and none of this alt-right bullshit. So and Rob can attest to this, we curate our social media stuff very tightly.
Oh, we really do. If I get a whiff off anyone, I'm like, and you're gone, thanks very much.
Yeah, so like we are not a fully open Paranormal Playground in the sense that if you're not a tolerant, progressive, like kind person, you are getting booted.
Oh yeah,
like,
the positive discrimination over here is real.
Oh yeah. So this is a safe space, but not for you. Like all right people. Like go away.
Yeah. Yeah, you have other people to go to, just not us. Thank you very much.
Oh, I know. Like, I mean, aren't you listening to Joe Rogan or something? You're busy. Go away. Like, but so that's my statement. Everybody, like, obviously we're gonna like have to, hold on to our pantyhose for what's going to be on the 2025 bingo card. But
oh, for sure.
Hopefully we can all be super good to each other.
Yep, that's the plan. And yeah, we probably won't talk too much about it either because we tried to.
I just wanted to say that.
Avoid.
Oh yeah. Like, we are here to be silly and to talk about fun things and not to be horrendous. And I think that's going to continue.
Exactly. Yep. It's worked so far. So, why would we change it now?
Exactly. So, I mean, oh God, a new year of us recording. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I know. It's very strange because we're now like, we're into year 2 of the podcast.
Yeah.
Now. which is a strange thing to say. I don't think
I'm gonna say it.
Go on, say it.
Oh no, I'm gonna say it. So for the by the next anniversary of the pod, we have to go further afield than Maynooth. Like I think we have to go on like a proper mini trip.
Oh, what's this? I'm very glad that you brought this up. Very, very glad, because something arrived for me yesterday from online, and it was a lovely little package that came. We now have some proper lapel mics for our wireless mics that we use out on location. So now now we have.
Well, how are the
little lapel mics that we can plug into our wireless ones and just clip them underneath our shirts or whatever. And we're going to look mad professional.
Oh my God.
The audio quality will be even better than the last time. And yeah, basically we won't be walking around with like mics strapped to like our coats or anything now. They'll just sit in our pocket. The little lapel mic will just be there. And yeah, we're going to look mad professional. And it gives us basically more options now for recording on locations.
Oh, that is incredible.
Yep. So, you know, we've stepped it up a level now.
Oh, for sure. We are I think every year we become more and more professional until, like, in the hopes that everyone will pay us enough to where we could quit our day jobs.
Oh, honestly, yeah, that'd be incredible. Like,
God.
Until that point, we have to be humble and be like, no, we're doing this because we love it, and we do,
which we do.
But we have to keep that up, you know?
For sure. Like, I think that, guys, if y'all want output, if you fund us, y'all will get output. Like, we will live on the paranormal playground.
Yeah. You want like weekly long episodes? You got to throw that dollar to us.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because we are working full-time jobs, and we need that in order to produce any more than we do.
Yeah, we need some walking around money.
Walking around money. Oh, okay. So I have some other big news, and then there's actually, before that though, I know this is gonna be a long intro, but you know what? People can deal with it because it's the first recording of the year. Two things I think are absolutely worth audience watchings and discussings. Number one, Dune Prophecy.
Yeah, you see, you said this to me before, and I still haven't watched it yet.
Oh my God, we finished it. It is so good.
Okay. You know,
it is so good.
As we all know, you are a mega Dune fan. So if you're saying it's good, then I'm in, because
I'm particular.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it.
So if anybody doesn't know, it's about the kind of the formation of the Bene Gesserit order, and it takes place 10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides, and it centers around two Harkonnen sisters who kind of create the Bene Gesserit, and it is so fucking good. Oh my God, it's a bunch of like super interesting, diverse, like women-led characters, and just it's very much like high court intrigue and really well done, like set design and graphics and all that. So I highly recommend.
Okay, right. I'll add it to the list.
Yep. The other thing that you told me to watch, because you said it was made for me, and that I did actually watch with my husband, was Nosferatu.
Oh, I'm so glad you watched it.
Yeah. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Just good Lord. I mean, I will say the scariest thing about it was Nosferatu's mustache. Yeah,
well, look, the mustache was a thing of beauty. I made a passing remark about the mustache when myself and a friend went to see it in the cinema. We actually saw it was a 35mm screening, so you could hear like the projector in the background, and you could see like all the artifacts on the screen from like the film like being projected. So it was very cool, very like it was a good like experience for that sort of film. But I said when we were leaving, I was like, man, like I got this weird feeling that like he looks weirdly like Daniel Day-Lewis from Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New York? I was just thinking that.
And lo and behold, I went and looked later on, and I saw a news article saying that apparently it was actually written with Daniel Day-Lewis in mind.
Oh, shit.
So then I was like, oh my God, could you imagine if that was Daniel Day-Lewis as Nosferatu? That would be amazing. Like, not to say Bill Skarsgård wasn't incredible as Count Orlok.
Oh, see, I disagree, because if Daniel Day-Lewis had been Nosferatu, he would have method acted, and then he would have died. Because he would have been like, oh, no, I really need to go for this, and then, like, he just hadn't eaten in 3 years.
Yeah, go full vampire.
Yeah, he is dehydrated in his lane, thriving.
I'm glad you saw it. It was a great film.
I did, and I really enjoyed the fact, because the original original is like a seminal piece of kind of horror media. However, in the original, there are some really strong overtones of anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
Which was not the focus here, which was super welcome.
No, definitely not. It was very good. Willem Dafoe, I thought, was brilliant in it.
Because he's fucking mental. And
the man can really do no wrong, to be fair. So.
Oh no, he. The thing is, he's got big dick energy, and everybody knows it's valid.
Exactly.
I think that's it.
Oh, I'm so glad that you've seen it now, because I have many reels that I can now forward on to you.
Amazing. So yeah, I just wanted to update everybody. Definitely worth a watch. Super interesting kind of cinematography and color scheme and costuming and all that strong acting, I felt. So
yeah, no, it was very, very good. Really, really enjoyable. I've been slowly starting to like rewatch some older films that I've not seen in quite a while, and the most recent one that I rewatched last week, Paranormal Activity.
Oh my god, does it hold up? I haven't seen it in years.
God, it holds up so well. like it, and you know me, I'm an absolute horror for found footage. And
you know that because we both are.
Yeah, exactly. And oh my god, like it really, really like holds up. I like.
I have some found footage in my story today.
Phenomenal. I can't wait.
I know.
Oh. Yes. But yeah, anyone who's looking or who's thinking about rewatching it, you absolutely should. It holds up. It's still very spooky. Like actually genuinely quite spooky. Like even though I knew what was coming, it still caught me off guard at 1 or 2 points. So great film. Would definitely recommend.
So I have two not really paranormal, but paranormal adjacent experiences that happened to me that we've talked about.
Oh yeah?
In the last week.
Oh shit.
So,
okay.
And you know I'm not a believer, but these are scientific. So I had my first lucid dream ever.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So in it, I don't remember, like I was having this really, because I don't know, the listeners may not know this, but I have a history of like never having a good dream ever. Like all my dreams are super stress, anxiety, weird induced, like partly because of my nature and partly because of medication I'm on. And so
so edgy.
I know it's
don't put yourself on that edge.
It really fucking sucks. Like, I wish I could have like a sheep dream. That'd be great. But in my dream, the sheep would have razor sharp teeth and would be telling me I never amounted to much.
And speaking backward in tongues.
Yes, 100%. It would be like the witch, but also berating me in the voice of my mother or something.
Yeah, naturally.
So I say that like I love my mother dearly. We're really close. just saying, every woman can be like, oh yeah, remember when I was a teenager and your mother could like make you want to die? Yeah. But no. So in my dream, I was having this really like stressful, like weird kind of conversation with someone, and I remember like gaining consciousness that I was dreaming, and I was like, oh, I can fly now, and I just levitated up and flew away. And the rest of the dream, I just kept flying around.
Oh, that's good. It sounds like you had a more positive experience with lucid dreaming than if anything.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I didn't even like see anything. I was just like flying through the sky, and it was totally. I woke up and I was like, that was great. I want to do that again.
Well, maybe you could try some of those lucid dreaming meditations that you talked about in a previous episode.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I didn't, like, shift to Hogwarts or anything.
No, I'm not talking about shifting to Hogwarts, but, you could apply it, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that happened to me a couple of days later, I had my first ever instance of sleep paralysis.
Oh, no.
Yep.
You really you had to pay the toll there. Like you had a slightly positive experience at sleep, and then your brain was like, no, we don't do that around here.
It can always get worse.
Yeah.
It'll only get worse. But yeah, so I woke up, couldn't move at all.
Mm-hmm.
But weirdly, and this could be just because I've just grown up with such intense chronic anxiety, I woke up and I knew exactly what it was and was like, all right, well, I guess I just got to ride this out. So then I just waited, and it was fine. And then eventually I could move my foot, and then the rest of me, and it was fine.
You Kill Billed yourself. You made your toe move.
Yes. Well, and I remember looking around going, oh, I'm supposed to see a dude eating crisps. But then I was like, no, that was that listener listener that wrote in with that really specific. But I honestly had the thought, I was like, where's the dude? Where's the dude?
Yeah.
And I didn't see anything. So no, what are they, hypnopompic hallucinations? None of that. I just
No sleep paralysis demons?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Maybe I'm my own sleep paralysis demon.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe the sleep paralysis demons are like, no.
She's got enough to deal with. So yeah, those were my kind of big news updates, were my lucid dream and my sleep paralysis.
Damn, now you're going to tell us next week that, you've seen a UFO or something, and it'll be like the holy trinity of,
oh God,
of paranormal experiences.
Rob, we've already talked about that. I'm going to deny the existence of UFOs in Congress, and you're going to kill me and store me in a cold storage unit.
Yeah, pretty much. We know this.
We know this. Yeah. This is the way.
This friendship has a time on it.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's like that astronaut shooting the other astronaut always was. Okay, so I am really excited to. This isn't a super duper long one because there's not a whole lot of documented evidence on it, but I found it.
It's never stopped us before, Suz.
It's never stopped us before, and it's not going to stop us now. So this is actually a continuation of what I didn't realize was the beginning of a theme for me. Do you remember the Texas Bigfoot?
Do I remember the Texas Bigfoot? Of course I do. We established some deep lore on the podcast with that.
We did. I just want to, in case you want to put it in the show notes, maybe you could, Skippers, come back. We're talking about the thing now. So yeah, you could just put the timestamp here. Okay. Yeah. So Texas Bigfoot. Well, we're going into, because the Texas Bigfoot is not the only regional Bigfoot in North America. So that's right. We're going and doing another iteration of the Bigfoot.
Phenomenal. I'm here for this.
This one's weird, so I buckle up. So I'm taking us down into the hot, humid swamps of Louisiana.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Specifically, we're headed to the Honey Island Swamp in St. Tammany Parish. Apologies if I mispronounced that. It earned its name, so the swamp and the island earned its name due to the abundance of honeybees once seen on a nearby isle. And I believe it's the state insect of Louisiana, which is kind of sweet, because, who doesn't love honeybees? Except for that kid who died of the bee stings in My Girl. Probably not his favorite.
But gotta give the honeybees a break, though. They only sting when they feel threatened.
And Macaulay Culkin as a 6-year-old was super threatening.
Exactly. So,
They had seen Home Alone, and they were like, fuck this kid. So apparently the Honey Island Swamp is one of the least altered river swamps in the States and is considered to be one of the most pristine swampland habitats in the country, with 35,619 acres of its 70,000 acres that are apparently government sanctioned as permanently protected wildlife areas.
Very good. That's good to know, actually.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. But my story isn't about ecological protection. It's about ecological warfare.
Good.
It's about the cryptid that may inhabit this pristine swamp.
Phenomenal.
So I'm talking about the Honey Island Swamp Monster, aka the Cajun Sasquatch, or the Louisiana Wookiee, or en français, la bête noire. We're in the depths of the Louisiana Bayou.
You sound like you've just done a WWE entrance. You've just listed off all this dude's nicknames.
And then strobing lights, and I'm like, and here he is!
Coming all the way from Louisiana, the Raging Cajun.
He's using one of our new lapel mics sponsored by. And then that's how we get ad revenue.
Yeah.
I think this year we have to have a cryptid on the pod.
Yeah, look,
let's go for it.
We'll just put that on the board for 2025.
Yep, exactly. On the Pinterest board.
Yeah, we'll manifest that one.
Yep. Okay, so that's right. We're moving from Texas Bigfoot. We're going east and south to Louisiana's entry into this cryptid lore of the wood ape.
Very good. Have you been to Louisiana before?
I have not. I have always, as someone whose mother read them, The Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice, I've always really wanted to go to New Orleans.
Yeah, same.
But I've never been to Louisiana.
It's on my list. Really on my list, actually. I'd love to go there.
Yeah, for sure. Just fantastic. But no, I've never been. I've read and seen True Blood, which takes place, and I've been to East Texas, which is pretty fucking swampy and country. So, I've been around.
Okay, so
but
you've done Louisiana adjacent.
Yes, Louisiana adjacent, tangential Louisiana. So my sources include Wikipedia, How Stuff Works, Country Roads, which is a cultural reporting from the Mississippi Delta to the Louisiana coast.
Of course.
Reddit, the Pelican State of Mind, Honey Island Swamp Monster.com, and Honey Island Swamp Kayak Tours.com.
Wow. That's oddly specific of them, but
Oh yeah, we are gonna get into it. So let's go over some stats. So the Honey Island Swamp Monster, which I'm probably just gonna shorthand to like Swamp Monster or like Honey Island Bigfoot or whatever, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So is alleged to be about 2 meters tall, which is about 7 feet, with yellow or red glowing eyes.
of course.
It is supposed to be covered in dark gray hair, but some actually say is partially covered in scales, which we'll also get into.
Okay.
And what we in the know of the Bigfoot lore community, he is accompanied, or sorry, I don't mean to gender it. They are accompanied by a putrid odor. I didn't see a specific reference to what the odor was, but I think we all know it's smegma, because every other Bigfoot story is like he smelled like dick cheese.
Yeah, it has to be.
So I think we all know.
It's the established lore.
Yeah, it is. So like I think we could safely assume it was ode to dick cheese.
Yeah.
So, interestingly, certain individuals who claim to have seen footprints, as well as those who have made plaster casts of said footprints, say that it possesses 3 toes or 4 toes, rather than 5, which is normal for primates.
Interesting.
And is typical of other alleged kind of casts that the community has of quote unquote Bigfoot footprints.
Oh, so there's consistency.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, here's the history. Where did this thing come from and what's the story? I want to start by saying that basically every reference, or like every kind of source I looked at on this, started with like the folklore from local Native American peoples, such as the Choctaw and the Huma, I believe, who may have stories with some kind of swamp creature. However, I stand firm in the belief that these cultural stories and traditions require deep understanding of their social context of these peoples, shouldn't be co-opted by someone trying to quote-unquote legitimize a story, and are most importantly owned by these peoples who originated them, so I'm not going to go into it and make assumptions. However, I do encourage anyone interested in these peoples and their traditions and cultures to explore them further separately.
Yep.
There's lots of good information on them. So I'm just going to say that is that. I'm not going to try and like use it as
that's fair.
Lore for my funny podcast.
Yep.
So let's talk with some murky modern origins that are super. Rob, you're not ready for this.
Okay. Let me get a sip of coffee and let me get ready.
Yeah. You need to caffeinate because it's a wild ride. So a popular source claims, it's vague, but it was circulating in the late 50s, kind of early 60s, about a fatal tragic train crash.
Of course.
And the train was carrying exotic animals as part of a traveling circus. So once the train crashed, we're getting there. Once the train crashed, chimps were released.
Yes.
And these chimpanzees mated with the local gators.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Which is so fucking country, I can't even fully reckon with it.
The first half of that story is literally the plot line, by the way, to the first Rugrats movie.
Yes, it is. It really is. But yeah, so these chimps mated with the local alligators and developed the honey swamp Bigfoot.
So some sort of like
Honey Island swamp
chimera, sort of half and half, like chimp gator.
Well, it's more, I mean, we'll get into it, but we'll talk about like what it might look like, but further in some of the claims. But to me, it's more like, because a lot of the sources say, it's like hominid kind of.
Yep.
And so I think it's more like man bear pig, where he's like, what do they say in South Park? He's half bear, half man, half pig.
Yep.
I think he's half chimp, half gator, half man.
Excellent. I'm here for this. I'm loving this. Like there's definitely like survival benefits to having that bit of gator in you. It's like having that dog in you.
Dog. I was about to say, is it like having that dog in you?
Yeah.
But that's what you say if you're from the South. Like, I got that gator in me.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're immediately like you've gained some points in your like character levels right there. Like
or inside you are 2 gators.
Yeah, constantly battling one another.
Yeah, it's about the one you feed. So these chimps could have mated with local gators, and that is how the swamp monster was created. But don't worry though, because as the cryptid wiki assures everyone, quote, don't, like they say, monkeys and alligators cannot interbreed.
Yeah, that was going to be my follow-up question of, has anyone stepped out how that works, or...
Yeah, so, but don't worry. I mean, they've put monkeys and alligators cannot interbreed, but could you imagine monkey-alligator sex? Like, that death roll? Come on.
I'm trying to, picture it, and, it just doesn't work. They really try, though, I'm sure.
So, Rob, you'll be able to confirm this, but something I've been really interested in as, something that just brings me joy are these, AI, reinterpretation trailers of different television shows and films.
Yeah.
Like Sailor Moon as an 80s dark fantasy or whatever. Well, I sent you one a while back that was an AI swamp version of Game of Thrones.
It was, yeah.
That had Daenerys riding on an alligator that had, wings.
Yep.
And you just messaged back, Susan, what the fuck have you just sent me?
I stand by that.
And yeah, this is that's what I'm picturing with this swamp monster.
Yeah, that works. You've got me there. I've got no notes on that.
I think when the gators and the monkeys were having sex, instead of bum chicka wow wow, it was the equivalent on a banjo. So, but that's kind of just a vague origin story. Let's get into some documented sightings that really form the lore of this. So the first documented sighting we have was reported in 1963 by a man named Harlan Ford and a friend. They were both, I believe, retired air traffic controllers, and Ford was an amateur wildlife photographer.
Okay,
so they were
good.
out, some sources say they were hunting, others say they were just kind of out enjoying the wildlife. They claim to have stumbled upon
two dudes out in the swamp on their own.
Brokeback Swamp.
Yeah, I'm glad you went to the same place that I did.
There's only one place to go.
Pound Town.
Pound Town. Jeez. Oh god, but it's so humid in the swamp. Ugh. Sorry, just
the swamp ass is already there, Suz.
Oh god. Anyway, so they claim to have stumbled upon a giant, pungent creature who fled upon seeing them. The men claim the sighting was too quick to capture on anything like a camera or video recorder or anything, and that rain had erased any of the remaining footprints once they returned. But they claim the creature was bipedal and ape-like.
Okay.
So, 9 years later, in 1974, the pair were, still buddies, still hunting together and all that, so they returned to the area to do their kind of seasonal duck hunting. Mm-hmm. And they stumbled upon some dead boars with their throats, completely gashed out.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, yeah, they decided that because the boars were too far from the water to be victims of alligators, they immediately decided it was the beast that they saw in 63.
Okay.
So they then said that there were 3-toed webbed footprints around the dead creatures. They immediately ran from the site to avoid another potential run-in with the creature, and they returned later in the evening to make a cast of the footprints while they were still visible.
Okay.
So Ford took the casts to a local wildlife warden, as well as Louisiana State University's College of Agriculture to be analyzed,
okay.
But no solid identification could be made by experts.
That's weirdly official of someone to do. I don't know why, but in my head I'm it offers more legitimacy to me if someone's I'll bring it to a university.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to remember he could have, faked them, but whatever. It's fine. We'll get to it.
I assume he did.
Yeah,
it goes without saying.
I mean, again, we allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm the hardcore skeptic, and that's just my go-to. But anyway, so apparently he took him there, and they couldn't make an ID. So Ford appeared apparently on a 1970s television series called In Search Of, which, according to a lot of sources, was saying was a really influential kind of documentary documentary that brought paranormal studies and cryptozoology and all that to the broader populace at the time.
Okay.
And so Ford in the documentary describes the swamp monster that could have, and he says it could have been a huge bear except for the smell and the human-like face. Which I'm like, have you been close enough to a bear to smell it? Maybe they do smell like dick cheese.
What if the bear had like mange or something though? Like surely that would probably mess.
Oh yeah, that'd be.
Yeah.
Also, like swamps just have a smell.
No, they do, but I'm thinking of like how you said like human like face. Like surely like a bear that has mange, like it would probably surely look different.
Yeah, because the mange might cause like the fur around
Yeah.
the face to fall off. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. So apparently this appearance on the television series caused a mania for monsters in the area.
Good.
And drew a fair amount of criticism from locals, which made Ford withdraw from the public eye.
Okay.
So in the meantime, the monster was mentioned kind of tangentially in another 1970s documentary called The Legend of Boggy Creek, which is more about a cryptid sighting in Missouri. However, the hubbub around the Honey Island Swamp Monster soon died down.
Okay.
Yet here's where things get interesting. After Ford's death in 1980, his wife discovered Super 8 footage of what appears to be a large figure covered in hair and walking behind rows of trees in the distance from where Ford is shooting.
Whoa. Okay.
So we have potential footage.
Do we have the footage?
Yes, and I'm getting there.
Amazing.
So modern sightings continue, as does criticism. So, a man who operates an eco-tour in the area claims that he has seen something as a teenager, and he claims it in the best way possible. He says, basically, that people believe in lots of things you can't see, like God, so why not believe in something you actually can? Which is just great.
You know what? Well done, sir. That's
Yep.
you got it there. Like that's great.
I don't know if it's a better argument for the Honey Island Swamp Monster existing, or a better argument for atheism, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, both are like you've made some strong points both ways there.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're doing multiple things with that,
Yep.
but I appreciate it. Another comment comes from the Abita Mystery House in Abita Springs, Louisiana, which is a museum. So if you care to see the plaster casts of the monster's feet, you can go there. Mm-hmm. And I love the comparison that the then museum owner John Preble makes. He says he likens the creature to the ivory-billed woodpecker, and I was like, what?
Okay.
Apparently, the ivory-billed woodpecker has never been formally documented for years and is considered to be extinct by experts, yet there are loads of people who say that they've seen one in the swamp.
Right.
So maybe the creature is the same? He says that, the swamp is huge and there are places where things can hide.
Okay.
I do think it's a bit of a leap to go from, a bird species to the Honey Island Swamp Monster, but I don't know. Sure, why not?
Yeah, like I guess though you were saying this is what like 35,000 acres of like dense,
It's huge,
dense
yeah.
kind of swamp land.
Yeah, largely untouched from what I understand.
If there's only like one or two of them, I could see it like believably that something could probably hide out there, especially if it's like as I said, there's only like one or two of them. If it's trying to stay hidden, I could see it.
If we're starting from a place of this could exist, then yeah, I would say that the swamp would be a decent spot to like stay away from people and just exist.
Yeah, interesting.
So now we're getting into more modern stuff. So Ford's granddaughter's name is Dana Holyfield, and she has spent a load of time and energy searching for the same creature as her grandfather. She's produced a documentary, a book titled Honey Island Swamp Monster Documentation, and more. And all of her works can be found at honeyislandswampmonster.com. There are a load of pictures, and I believe the original Super 8 video, and lots of stuff on there. And they even have merchandise, like t-shirts and mugs, that have different like depictions of the Honey Island Swamp Monster.
Amazing.
I do want to put a bit of a caveat, like I normally do. I haven't like dove into this person or the website completely, so I can't speak to like the things that could be on there. So I really hope she's not like an alt-right vaccine denier conspiracy theorist person. So like look into it at your own risk. But yeah, so she's devoted a lot of her life to following up on what she says she believes her grandfather, essentially. So other appearances in the media, if you're interested, you can go to the Abita Mystery House Museum. Like I mentioned, you can take a Honey Island Swamp kayak tour, where they have a fantastic image of the monster, which I will send to you now.
Oh, amazing. Are you about to add to the rich lore of our Discord chat?
The rich lore of the Discord chat. Here we go. So they have a beautiful little cartoon honey swamp monster in a little kayak.
That looks very AI generated.
Oh yeah, it was like generate a happy Bigfoot in a kayak for me.
But you know what? He's a happy little guy. You know, I see him there with his four
running
toes.
into him.
Yeah.
I guess they don't want to freak out people who want to take a kayak tour of the area.
True, yeah.
Because you're pretty vulnerable in a kayak. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
like, how are you going to defend yourself in a kayak?
He doesn't have a lot of teeth. He's got a big happy face on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a happy dude.
So, like I said, there's the 2007 documentary from Dana Holyfield called The Legend of the Honey Island Swamp Monster. So it is also, the Swamp Monster has been featured in a segment on the show Swamp People.
Of course.
Which I don't know if you've ever heard of this show, Rob, but it was incredible.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never watched it, but, you know.
I saw a few episodes when I must have been in high school, so back in the early noughts. And, it was just super duper. It was just, I mean, parts of it were just super, like, informative about the lives of different people in the swamp, but a lot of it was kind of this really weird focus on like a couple of families who like hunt gators.
Yeah, so. I that kind of came out around the same time as like, was it Duck Dynasty? Was not the other one? And they all kind of came out around the same time. Never really watched any of them, but yeah, they looked interesting.
I think it coincided with the surge in camouflage clothing.
Yeah, there was thankfully that didn't really find its way over here, but yeah.
Thank God. It's also been mentioned on the series Monsters and Mysteries in America, a 2012 episode of Mysteries at the Museum, and even in 2013 by Mattel, as in the creator of Barbie.
Yeah.
They introduced a Monsters High character named Honey Swamp, who is the daughter of the monster. What? Who, like, they debuted her at the San Diego Comic-Con, and I will send you a picture of her because she is great. She wants to become a filmmaker, I think, in the series. But
funny. Okay. Speaking of film,
that is Honey Swamp. She has kind of a teal green kind of curly afro look to her hair, and she's in a cute little fit and flare tattered dress and some spiky monster heels, and she's kind of a teal blue color.
She looks like a siren. She does not look like a
Yeah, no. We don't, to be fair, I don't know who Honey Swamp's mother is.
Fair.
Oh my God, what if there are swamp sirens?
Oh, yeah, like that's, you know, if they're going to exist anywhere, like the swamp would be one of them as well, you know? Except
they wouldn't like pop out of the water and have like a haunting sea shanty. They pop out of the water and just make
yeah, they've got like a mouth banjo.
A mouth banjo. Oh God, that's what I hear when I hear people say like really stupid Republican shit. I just hear mouth banjo.
Yeah, that's fair.
Loud mouth banjo.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll start saying that to people. You've got mouth banjo. So I diagnose you with mouth banjo.
Sorry, your mouth banjo showing, and it's quite embarrassing.
Yeah, it's really showing you in a really dark light.
Yeah.
Okay, so finally, I even stumbled on Reddit upon a user who is currently working with people to make Dungeons and Dragons character pages for different folklore characters of different regions in America.
Damn it, I'm in.
I know. I was like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. So on Reddit, so you can search for it, and it's the Honey Island Swamp Monster. If you're interested, it has high strength and constitution, low charisma, unsurprisingly, and looks like it has the head of an alligator, the body of a Sasquatch, the tail of an alligator, but a human ass, from what I could see.
So he's caked.
He's dropping that weapon.
Good for him, you know.
That's how you hear him coming, is the clap of the ass cheeks echoing around the swamp.
All of a sudden, it sounded like thunder in the air.
So yeah, I thought you would... Oh, and so apparently some people hear it, and they think they hear, like, aggressive noises, so they think it like, fights the gators in the swamp.
So it's keeping the gators at bay, is what you're saying?
Yeah, like, he's a shepherd of the gators. He's gotta keep them in line.
Good. You know, someone's gotta do it.
Yeah, otherwise AI will make them start flying.
Well, that, or, you know, like, Jurassic World will happen. Like, alligators are dinosaurs. Maybe the Honey Swamp Monster is what's keeping them at bay.
Now I'm just thinking of the Honey Swamp Monster trying to get on the boat in, what was it, like, Lost World, when they're like, not Lost World, Fallen Kingdom when they're like trying to save all the dinosaurs and they're like, nah, you can stay.
Yeah.
like you can go down with Isla whatever they were on.
He's basically he's basically your man from Lost who's putting the numbers into the machine all the time.
Yeah.
Desmond.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Except with him, it's fighting alligators.
Now I'm just thinking of him as Beast in X-Men. So he's like, by day he's a politician. He's got his little glasses on and he's typing away, and then by night he's out herding alligator.
Yep. Look, the man's got to live. He's got to eat.
He's out to advocate for the swamp.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I ask?
Yeah, that
is the 8
yes.
mil footage out there?
Well, I think so. Like, I think I think if you Google it, you can find the footage. To me, it looked very much like the other kind of images you've seen of Bigfoot, like particularly that what's that seminal photograph of the Bigfoot
Patterson
walking?
footage.
Yeah, that's it. So it looks quite similar to that, except a bit swampier. Essentially, like he does look. You could maybe sketch out a figure it's a little blurrier, I think. Like you can kind of he's behind a tree line, and I do think there is an element of apophenia in the sense of you go in and you're looking for a figure, so you're more kind of primed to see one.
Yeah, I found it. It's 10 seconds long.
Yeah. Please watch it and let's air what you think.
That's a dude.
Oh, you think it's just a dude?
That's a dude walking.
That's just a dude. That's like, what's that? See, this is gonna get us the youth. Listen, that Gracie Abrams song, "That's So True," when she's like, "You're just some dude." Like, yeah, that's it.
I have no idea who that is or what you've just mentioned, but that's a dude.
Oh, amazing!
Like,
you're just some dude.
You're
literally just a dude.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna say there's probably a reason.
I guess it's a big dude.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a reason why the guy didn't release the footage himself, because he probably either was like, aware of how bad it looked.
That it looks like a dude.
Yeah. Or it was him potentially like filming like test footage and was asking someone to walk in the distance, like kind of.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, because I think they found it, like his wife, I believe, found it, and it was labeled like Honey Island Swamp Monster, and some of his journals, I think, were there. And I think he probably would have released it if the reception had been more positive.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen one now where it's slowed it down and zoomed in slightly. Okay, it's not as clear now that it could be just a guy.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the foot casts, it does look like a huge alligator foot.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
I'm still leaning towards potentially being a bear or something like that.
Are there bears in Louisiana?
There could be.
There could be. That's true.
Let's ask Google.
Yep.
Are there bears in Louisiana?
You're experiencing research with the team in real time, listeners.
The Louisiana black bear.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So
yeah.
I am going to say I think it's a bear, because bears do walk on their hind legs as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, bears are terrifying.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
So yeah, I know, and like the red or glowing eyes, I'm going to say, like, yeah, animal eyes look like that in the dark. Like they reflect, like lots of animals have kind of reflective eyes.
Yeah, my dog does, and it's fucking terrifying sometimes when...
Oh, I know that because we have spent the night at your house watching your dog, and I had to go outside to make him stop fucking, like, howling at the moon for no reason.
Yeah, he does that.
And then I saw the reflective eyes, and I was like, bitch, you just watched Alien Romulus with me. Get inside. Like, I don't need this.
Yeah. Sorry, Suz, I just looked in further to the Louisiana black bear.
Yeah.
So its size varies from 4 to 7 feet.
Okay.
And may weigh 300 to 400 pounds.
It's okay. It's a bear.
It's a bear.
It's a bear.
It's a bear with mange.
It's a bear with mange. Conclusion, it's a bear with mange. However, I thought it was a super fun story. And
it's super cool. I love it.
Like, oh, and I did want to share one last thing, which is, I shared it last time. Let me pull it up. It's the...
Why have I become the skeptic, by the way? Like, I just straight up just was like, nah, and just went to debunk that.
Well, and especially with a cryptid, I do these for your benefit, because I'm definitely a skeptic of cryptids. Yeah,
well, you might get a different reception if you, in the trilogy of Bigfoot, add in the Patterson footage there. Go to the Pacific Northwest, the most famous Bigfoot footage there is.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm pulling up that wonderful site of, like, number of sightings of Bigfoot in each state.
Oh, yeah.
And let's go. Louisiana, there are 45 numbers of listings. The most recent report was from January 2024.
Oh, shit. Okay, so, like, we're still getting sightings.
Yeah. Let me look down and see. What parish did I say this was in? St. At first I thought it was St. Tammy, but it's not. It's Tammany, I think. Here we go. One sighting, most recent, 1981.
Okay, that's still not too far away. Like, that's,
Yeah, but
interesting.
anyway, so
Yeah.
kind of. I thought it was a worthy entry into our Bigfoot lore.
Absolutely. Like,
And
we're building the lore here on the podcast.
And honestly, it really had me hooked from the moment it said escaped train, circus monkeys, fucked alligators, and then this happened.
Honestly, like, if that doesn't hook anyone, like, they have a problem themselves that they need to just kind of...
I'm like, what are you doing on the paranormal playground if that doesn't draw you in immediately?
Yeah, there needs to be some self-reflection there. If that doesn't draw you in, then maybe this isn't the right show for you.
Well, that was because, like, a fact like that is like the swing set of the paranormal playground. If you don't base enjoy a swing set, what are you doing?
You're not living.
No. So yeah, that wraps up my the Honey Island Swamp Monster, aka the Louisiana Bigfoot or the Louisiana Wookiee. And yeah, I certainly don't want to meet something that is half bear, half man, half gator.
No, I certainly don't. Actually, I don't want to meet anything in the swamp.
I don't want to meet anything that's 150% of anything.
Yeah.
Like that's a rule.
And I am 150% positive of that.
Yes, 150%.
If something has evolved to thrive in a swamp, I don't belong there.
If it's evolved to thrive in a swamp and has like what is it, like triploid DNA, I don't need it.
No, absolutely not. It's deserved its place in the swamp there. It owns it.
It just reminds me of that BuzzFeed, like, goat, or like, goat man, this is my bridge now. Just, us being like, swamp monster, this is your swamp.
Yeah, 100%. He can own that swamp. That's his swamp. And I'm not here to tell him otherwise.
Oh, now I'm thinking of him as like an apiarist, like he beekeeps. He's got like the little suit and everything. He's just taking care of the bees for us. He's for the pollinators.
Yeah, well, the real scary thing that we've taken from this is, how vital honeybees are to society, and people really need to appreciate that. Especially all you almond milk drinkers out there.
This was actually sponsored by the Green Party? No.
Yeah, all you almond milk drinkers out there, just be aware of the damage that you're doing to honeybees with your love of almond milk.
How dare you?
Yeah.
So yeah, Honey Island Swamp Monster.
Thank you for that.
Any closing thoughts or
I love the idea of it being effectively man bear pig, but in gator form.
Oh yeah, I love like deep dark country shit.
Yeah, like that to me is what I want it to be. It's what my heart yearns for. But I feel like it probably is a bear with mange maybe, or just a bear.
Yeah.
But like, not to say that still isn't terrifying. Like,
oh no, yeah.
Like a 7-foot tall, 400-pound bear walking in the swamp. You're not in for a good time regardless there.
Oh no. Yeah,
no.
You see that, and it's time to pack it up.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I really enjoyed this. Thank you. This was
no problem.
Very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring next into the world of Bigfoot.
For sure. So I guess that's it for everybody. Rob, where can they find us on socials? Oh, which, speaking of, like, y'all, the engagement on social media has been so awesome. Like, the things that we've gotten sent to us and all that has been fantastic. And yeah, please keep doing it. We really enjoy it.
It's been lovely. It's been very, very nice. Yeah, weirdly, we're getting a lot more activity on YouTube now. So we might have to actually start paying attention to our YouTube people now, Suz.
I have it turned off. Like, I can't see comments when I open YouTube.
Yeah, no, I know that.
You know that about me.
Yeah, I know. To be fair, like, it's more just there's been a lot more views on YouTube recently. The YouTube channel at the moment is very much so an afterthought, and I think it's pretty clear in my engagement with people on it. But yeah, maybe we'll have to start paying attention more to them. But yeah, you can get us on Instagram at the SpookAF Pod. Same with Threads. You can get us at Gmail at the SpookAFpodcast@gmail.com, or as I said, you can find us on YouTube at the SpookAF Podcast.
That is fantastic. So yeah, have a good week, y'all. Enjoy yourselves and watch out for things that are made of 3 things that aren't like, a simple bread recipe or something. So,
phenomenal.
Talk to y'all later.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.